Hello. I just wanted to share something I discovered. Um, Apparently, in the USA, the FDA have recalled all of the Innova and rapid antigen tests, um, given it a type 1, a class 1 recall, which is the most serious type of recall. And they're telling everybody to just basically throw these tests in the trash. And these are the tests that are widely used in the UK and all around the world. NHS, what type of test are we rolling out? It's the Innova SARS-CoV-2 Antigen Rapid Qualitative Test. This is a test that we use. It's being used all around the world. The most used antigen tests in the world, according to Innova, which they would say that, but it could be true. 500 million of these tests around the world. It's all throughout Europe, UK using it, approved by the NHS and the MHRA. We spent billions on it. Where is it? Spent billions on it. And so this is the self-test, the lateral flow test, the rapid antigen test that we're using in the UK, and in America they have recalled all of them and told giving it an issue class 1 recall, the most serious type of recall, and told everybody to just throw them in the trash. So I thought that was worth letting people know about, because this is issued on June the 10th, and 17 days later is the first I've heard about it. I'm supposed to be doing these tests at work. These are the tests I'm supposed to be doing. I actually stopped doing them a couple of months ago, which I'm feeling slightly glad I did now, just because I didn't trust it and I had concerns about the false positive rates, and that could be why it's being recalled. So I'll leave links to all this stuff down below. This guy again, TimTruth, he's very good at collating all this stuff, and he's done a quite good little study of this. I'll leave this link below. As to why they've been recalled, I don't know. Obviously, people on the right or anybody into conspiracy theories will be thinking the worst and thinking, "Oh gosh, this is terrible." I suspect, at the moment, my suspicion is that it's probably because they're shit. They're probably just crap, and they don't do what they're supposed to do. They're probably I think this is what they've said here. Again, this came on March 24th, and it had a risk of false test results, and it was just like false advertising. They'd claimed that they were better than they actually were, something like that. False negative results and false positive results. I suspect that's what it is, and I suspect that's why it's a class 1 recall, because that can, if you got false positive results, it can lead to death. It can be a public health problem. On TimTruth's site, he starts going into things like maybe it's the all kinds of things. One thing they say is these swabs are sterilized in ethylene oxide, and ethylene oxide causes cancer. And some people think, oh gosh, that's we're putting cancer in our noses. Now, I suspect that not. I don't know. Haven't looked into it, so I can't really comment. But my suspicion is that that's probably not the case. From what I've read, this ethylene oxide sterilization is used in all kind of medical instruments, and they use it, they sterilize it, and then the ethylene oxide is taken off, and you now have this clean, sterile thing, something like that. But I don't know. I suspect that's nothing. But who knows? It's still something to be concerned about. That they've told us to stop using it, and at the moment in the UK, though, the UK have decided to carry on using it, regardless. Where does it say that? I can't remember here. On this article here, I'll leave below. I think the UK have decided that they still think it's healthy. They repeatedly defended the efficacy of the lateral flow test, so they're still using it. Now, I don't know why they've recalled it. It could be a competition thing. Sometimes with big pharma, when you have a competition, maybe there's another company that wants to have the total monopoly rights to some test, and so they destroy the competition and say, oh, disparage it and say Innova's crap, don't use it. I don't know, but I don't know. The reason they've given is that the false positives and false negatives, and it's not very good test, and that's probably the most likely explanation. And just while I'm talking about tests, I thought this was interesting as well. 600 million lateral flow tests may have gone unused in England, says Watchdog. Only 14% of the tests that were handed out in the UK were actually registered with the test and trace. I thought that was interesting. I mean, a big bulk are probably haven't been used yet. They're stored, ready to be used. But there's a lot of people who are probably just not really using it, or certainly not registering it. They're using it, they're not registering it, and I like that. Well, but I do. I think tests should be. I like the privacy of it. I don't think we should have to report it. I think we should be given the responsibility to test for ourselves and make our own decisions. We shouldn't have to just log everything to the government. Anyway, that's a side issue. And one other thing. There is this sense with these tests as well that they weren't actually supposed to be used for self-administration. They're only for professional use. And there's an article here with the Daily Mail that apparently the UK tried to get around that by changing the packaging and rebranding it and making it seem like it's a self-test thing. And the sensitivity of the test is supposed to be like 78%, something like that. And I think when non-professional people tested themselves, the sensitivity goes right down to like 50%, maybe even lower. So that's my sense, that these tests are a bit crap. They're not really working, and they've been recalled, and I don't think we should have to use them anyway, really. Anyway, that's all okay.